Hey guys, welcome back to the Omaha Places podcast. We're your hosts. My name is Connor, and I'm the founder of Omaha Places and 402 Social.
And my name is Delaney. I'm the digital content coordinator for Omaha Places.
How you doing this week?
Pretty good. I feel like last week was crazy, and now we're like sort of falling back into the normal grind.
Yeah.
But
I feel like we should give a little recap of like how things are going. So we announced the passports last week, but that was like right before they had actually launched. Now, as of this week, they have launched. And we went through a couple days of like pure crazy.
I think it took me at least 3 business days to recoup.
To recover from that.
Yep. I think after Friday, we were up early and then it launched at noon. And then after that was a little crazy and then it kind of settled. And I think I just went home and slept because the few days before I was like, we were running all over the city, shooting pictures for the campaign.
Yeah.
And then I had the Kelsey Ballerini ticket concert thing.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
You're zonked.
I think we should count up the posts we did last week because it was
like such a short time frame.
And a lot of them were like quick turnovers. So I was like, boom, film it, edit it, sent.
Yeah. Okay. Let's give like a short little launch recap. This wasn't in our outline, but we're just winging the podcast these days. Okay. So last week we had just gotten the passports back. So we got them back on Wednesday, which we knew was cutting it really close because our original plan was to announce on Wednesday and then they would go live on Friday. Well, we didn't even get our passport samples back until Wednesday. So we made the decision to push the announcement to Thursday. So all day Wednesday and all day Thursday was our team like running around to every single coffee shop that was in the passports and just filming launch content.
Which was basically like you have the passport, you like do something with the outside of it, go inside, kind of take a few shots. Like we didn't have time to do a full film for each one.
Yeah.
We just had to like quick stop, get back in the car, run to the next one.
Yeah. So basically Delaney and I took all of the coffee shops in East Omaha, and then Megan and Haley went to all the coffee shops out west. And like, if you guys saw the announcement post that we did, I think it was on Omaha Places and on the passport account and maybe even on 402. Where it was like a zoom in of the passport and then like zoomed out and you'd be at a different coffee shop every time. So that was like one of the videos that we were filming, and I was driving and like we would get in the car and then Delaney would like add the last clip to that video and then we'd get out at the next location. She'd shoot the clip and then get in the car and then edit that video like literally as we're driving around. So you were really like editing on the go in real time. And then the second we didn't even end up hitting all of the coffee shops that we wanted to go to that day.
No.
Because going to 10 coffee shops is a lot.
Yeah. And it would have been 20 as a whole team or 21 as a whole team. But yeah, it was super crazy. And then I think I had gone to Office Depot and put together like my little newspaper that I was excited about really fast, taped it up that morning, tried to figure out how we were going to come up with the creative that day. So like the end clip of that, we just kind of came up with in the moment.
It turned out so cute though, the newspaper. Yeah. A fun fact, that newspaper is not connected. It's actually 2 different pieces of paper that Delaney taped together to make it look like a newspaper.
Right at Hardy Coffee that morning.
We're like in the corner of the Hardy and Benson.
People were like, where did you go to make that? I was like, it took a little crafting, but we did it.
And then Thursday morning, we hit like the remaining coffee shops that we didn't, Thursday morning? Friday morning.
Yeah.
We hit the remaining coffee shops that we hadn't gone to on Thursday. But so our website people put the link to the passports on our website, this like big scrolling, like flashy banner on our website on Thursday. And so many people ordered their passport before we had technically even launched, which that was like good for us just to kind of get a gauge on like, oh, people are really excited about this because when you are doing a project that's so new, you really have no idea how it's going to go over, or like if people are going to be excited. But by the end of the day on Thursday, like 200 people had like found the link already. And I was like, okay, this is like good, but we don't even launch for another 12 hours. And then on Friday when we launched, like people were on there right at noon. If you look at our like traffic chart, like it spikes right at noon. So again, really good for us to know, like if we say time, people are paying attention to that. So thank you to everybody who pre-ordered and regular ordered on Friday.
I know like a lot of musical artists, before they launch like a new song, they draw it out for weeks, you know, and they're promoting it for like sometimes even months on end, and it gets kind of long. I actually liked that we had such a quick turnaround on our campaign. We had no choice in the matter, but it was, I think it actually was more successful than some of those where you're just like waiting and waiting and waiting, and people are like, when though? I'm excited, when?
Yeah. I know. And like we had kind of debated pushing the launch until Monday instead of Friday, just to give our team like more time. But I'm going out of town for 2.5 weeks. So that was like a big factor where I was like, I want us to have like as many days as possible for people to order, because when I go out of town, like the shipping is going to be on you guys. And so I was like, I just wanted to get it out like as soon as possible. And I actually think that ended up being like a really good decision, because like people were excited on Friday. People maybe aren't working quite as hard on Friday, so they could be online right at noon. And then that also, like, we got tons of orders over the weekend, whereas I don't think we would have gotten like quite as many initial orders or excitement on Monday when people are like, it's Monday, like start of the work week, whatever.
And then we started doing the little scavenger hunts, which were also super fun and successful.
Those were really fun. I think this was a learning, or something that I learned from like the entire process, is the like project in general has been really fun, just like creating the passports and working with the coffee shops and stuff. But one thing that was kind of unexpected that I have really been enjoying is just those little like individualized things. So like, yes, giving a passport to one person is not maybe like in the grand scheme of things as beneficial as like selling them to a ton of people, but like posting that, hey, we're posted up at Zen today, like come find us and like come meet our team and get a free passport. Like the girl who showed up at Zen was so sweet. She drove like 30 minutes just to come get her passport, which was so cool.
She said she was refreshing our story every second on the way there. I'm like, oh, be safe, please. And then right before that, we actually had a girl who saw our passport come up to us and be like, I haven't got mine in the mail. When did you get yours? And we're like, we're actually the team who created them. But she's like, oh, I just love the idea. It's good to get their feedback as well. Totally. And like see the excitement live.
Yeah. I actually was thinking, I was like, if I ever see somebody using it, I might go up to them and be like, oh, like, how do you like that? And like not tell them that we're the ones who created it. Because I genuinely do want like honest feedback about them, because this will probably be something we will be launching more passports in the future. So we genuinely want to like make any improvements and like tweak things from this first round of dropping them. Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, overall, a very successful launch. It's been fun to connect with a lot of people, see people's excitement.
We're getting close to selling out. So
yes,
I mean, we don't know if this will be sold out by the time this comes out.
I think it will probably be sold out by the time this comes out. I'm going to have Haley do like a low stock alert or something like that. I calculated a percentage last night and we're like, we have less than 10% of our stock left. I think it was like 8%.
Wow.
As of yesterday. So I think we'll be out by the time this comes out. Darn. But so sorry guys.
But follow along to our passport page for any new drops, because we have already started brainstorming what we want to do next.
I actually just scheduled a meeting yesterday, my first meeting for the next round of things that or of passports that we're going to do. Probably won't be another coffee shop one, but it will be a very similar one. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we get into where we went this week? You go first.
Well, one of them was Zen West. I had actually never been to the Westo location.
Really?
And now I've been there twice, because I went this morning again, and I was there yesterday. But it's so cute in there. Mm-hmm. And I love Zen's matcha. I think I've talked about it a few times. So I got the matcha with my passport, and then I got a blueberry honey matcha this morning, which is on their seasonal menu. So it's not included on the passports. That's one of their exemptions, but super good.
Yum.
And great place to stop if you want a little treat too. Because I got a bagel, but they have like cookies and muffins and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just like both of their sit down locations, obviously not including the drive through, are just like great places to post up and work for a while. Great natural light, good energy. Always pretty busy. So I guess if you're like going to be going and working or studying or something, depends what kind of vibe you want, but. Yeah. I don't know. I just love Zen. Can't go wrong. I was also very influenced. I have had their matcha many times, but yesterday when I think got matcha, or maybe Megan got matcha, and I was like, I need a matcha now too. So I used my stamp to get my matcha too.
Good, yeah. I think that actually might be my favorite Zen location.
Really?
It's so cute.
Yeah. Also in the summer, their little wraparound porch, so cute. So if you guys haven't been there, but if you've seen the photos of like the green trim, that is the Zen porch. And I say porch because it's like, it's not just like a big patio. It literally wraps. So they're on the corner of the building and it wraps around to like the side of the building. And so it really does feel like a little like Southern style wraparound porch. It's so nice.
And that area is really cute. I need to check out some of the businesses over there.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some like back behind, like kind of where like next to Zen, but you don't see them from the street. Yeah, I think there was like a salon or spa or something.
Dog refresh place. I'm like, is that like a spa or?
I thought it was for humans.
So I might have to like look into that for Mel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cutie.
Where have you been?
Okay, I went to Le Beau in Dundee. I had never been there. I actually was trying to go to Pine Room, and they were closed on Sunday, even though they said they were open.
How rude of them.
So I have beef with you now, Pine Room.
You've been having bad luck with hours on Google.
Yeah, what the heck? I even went into Dundee Dell because I was going to be like, hey, why aren't you guys open? And then I was like, they're not going to open just for me.
They
just
might.
Because I asked.
Mean, it depends on who's there.
Yeah,
and how many people they have working.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, there didn't seem to be that many workers. But actually, it was a good opportunity because I had never been to Le Beau before. I can't remember what I got to drink, but it was good. Also, there was like nobody there, but it was nice that nobody was there.
They have a really good patio.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, there was a couple people out on the patio just like reading, like having a drink. It's a really good spot to go if you want to like have a cocktail and like read your book, or have a cocktail and I don't know, hang out with a friend. Like
they're all about the small bites there.
Yes.
So it's like grab and go style if you've never been, and it's underneath Oodalolly in Dundee. But
they have like booths and tables and a couple of couches. So I just like sat on the couch, and so that was like, it's always nice to kind of just be more comfortable rather than like sitting in a chair or something like that. So I very much enjoyed that, and I will definitely be going back. I want to go back when it was a little bit warmer because it was a little too cold to sit on the patio, but that would be like a perfect hot summer day patio. Because also the way that it's positioned, like it faces south, or the patio is on the south side of the building. So on like a really hot day in the like later evening when it's shaded, it'd be perfect. And you can just people watch in Dundee.
It's actually probably one of my favorite patios.
Yeah.
I think I listed a bunch of patios last week, but I can't remember if I put them in there or not, but they are one of them.
Okay.
Snooze Mattress Factory just opened a new location in Rockbrook Village. Ooh. So if you need some good night's rest and your current mattress isn't doing it for you, you should stop by Snooze. And I tried, so I was filming, but they have like this sleep mapping software system, and you lay on the bed and then it like tilts you, and they do all sorts of things, and they can see like all the pressure points of where your blood's flowing and kind of how it works. So it was really kind of fun.
Did you learn anything interesting about yourself?
I don't know. I said I was a side sleeper, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty leveled. I don't know. I don't have any problems sleeping, so
okay.
It was really not helpful for me. But maybe as I get older, like it'll become important as my pressure points change or weight distribution changes. I don't know. But there was a cute little old couple in there, and they were both laying on the bed and seeing what they needed, and they were just chatting. She's like, yeah, he keeps me up at night. We need to figure out something for him. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to control this because it's up to me. I mean, he'll just have to deal. And so that was kind of cute. And then the staff there asked me best pizza spots. And I'm like, let me take this opportunity to show you the website. Yeah. So I like walked him through the website and our neighborhoods map. And it was actually kind of fun.
Wait, I love that. You're like, I already have my exact pizza ranking already planned out. Let me tell you.
Because he said, everybody keeps recommending Mama's Pizza. And he's like, I'm from California. Like, it's not really my favorite, like, pizza style. Yeah. So I was like, oh, yeah, I can help you out. And also, here's a whole blog. We've listed them.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so that was also super fun. So, yeah, go check them out.
I should actually go in and get the, like, sleep mapping thing done. I don't know what is up with my sleep lately, but okay, so I have a king size bed. And I'm the only one that sleeps in this bed besides my cat, but she doesn't count. And I used to like be a back sleeper, and I would pretty much like I look like a mummy when I sleep. That's because I'm always freezing when I first get into bed, so I just kind of like lay there really still. And then I used to like wake up pretty much in the same position, still on my side of the bed. It was so easy to make my bed because it was literally just like full. Yep. All I had to do was fold it up, and I only used half of the bed. But the past week or so, I wake up and I'm on the opposite side of the bed and like twisted. I'm like, I don't know what is up with me lately. I just am all over the place in bed. So maybe something's going on. They could tell me.
Maybe it's your running anxiety.
It probably is, honestly. People say that like after your long runs, you actually sleep terribly just because
your body has to recover so much.
Yeah. So hopefully after my race, I'll be back.
Oh, also Snooze does offer free naps, they say on the sign. So
free naps. That's funny.
And it's cute because they're all dressed in pajamas. For the most part, like
all
these
the workers?
Blue, yeah.
Whoa. That's really cute, actually.
They're a cute store and they're locally owned. That's what makes them special. So
okay. I love those like kind of weird isn't the right word, but like different businesses, but that are local and that can do those like quirky things like that. Like you would never think that a mattress company would, one, be locally owned, or two, just like actually be cool. But it seems like they are. And that's the same with like Mad Hatter Auto Repair. It's like nobody thinks of an auto shop company as being like cool, but they actually are such a cool company and do really cool things and like all locally owned and stuff. It's not just like a like Jensen Tire or some like national chain or whatever. So I love that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to try them next time I have a car issue.
Yeah, they're really great. I don't think we've ever talked about them on the podcast, but I think they have one location on like 144th and Center, or maybe it's like 140th and Center, and then one in Council Bluffs, but they employ like over 50% of their auto mechanics are women, and the industry as a whole, like the auto mechanic industry, is like 99.9% men. So they really try and like bring in females and like teach them everything, and like they really want that super to cool. Be like that's a big mission of theirs, and they do a lot of like events out there and stuff, which I just think is so cool. Like you can still be a really forward thinking, like innovative company even if your industry is not very favorable to that, you know?
Yeah. So are they women owned?
I believe it's a husband and wife team who owns it. So I've only ever worked with the wife. She does more of like the marketing side and the events and everything. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other place that I went was Albany and Avers, which I had been to before, but it had been quite a while. And so I actually got to go to the Dundee Business Association monthly meeting. I don't know, just their meeting, did a little presentation for them on how they can work with Omaha places. And then I went to Albany and Avers after to film a video that is already out. And it's just the best in there. Like it's a vintage and some modern clothing store. She'll bring in like modern accessories, like those cool bon socks or whatever they're called, that kind of stuff. But most of it is like a very curated collection of vintage clothing for all seasons. And like there's so much stuff in there, like shoes, accessories, winter coats, summer dresses, everything. There's even a lot of kids stuff. It's located right on, is it Underwood Ave in Dundee? So right on that main strip in Dundee. Also, the owner is so cool, Amanda. She's great, really fun. And they're open only on the weekends, but you can, if you want to go during the week, you can schedule an appointment to go in during the week. And they also do a lot of events. So they're very active on all of their social media. So if you guys want to see any of the fun events that they do, go check them out on Instagram.
And for the events, they do curate like specific clothing to match your event's needs. So if you're looking for something specific or a certain age group, they're really good about doing that.
Yeah.
And I always take something home when I see them. So
yeah, they like, I remember last year they had done a lot of Taylor Swift pop-ups, like go and get some, nice used vintage clothing for your Taylor Swift concert. I think also in Chapel Rowan came to Council Bluffs, they did like a whole curated collection for that.
I think a pre-party, they had the music playing in the background, and then you could shop like
cool
Chapel Rowan curated clothing items. Yeah. Super cool.
I know. I love when businesses do stuff like that.
And they always have pop-ups, art by Nicole or Natalie, something like that. Pops up there, and that's where I got like this little picture painted live while I shopped.
Oh, cool.
And she also pops up at like Made in Omaha. I'm gonna have to like send Connor the tag so we can tag her in the in the show notes because she's super cool and fun to follow as well.
Okay, cool. Love that.
Yeah. The last place I went was the Bad Seeds new location.
Yeah.
I actually went to Notice last week and technically went to the Bad Seed there, but it was fun to see their new location next to Felius Cat Cafe, which I'd never been to either.
It's so fun.
And yeah, just watching like the cats walking in the window, I was like adorable. And aren't they all up for adoption?
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yep.
But it's cute in there, and I think they're gonna have a nice little patio space when it gets a little bit warmer. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna snap a photo of them when they get it all set up so we can put it in the patios post.
I love Bad Seed so much. Cool. Yeah, I only went to those two places because my whole weekend was packing passport orders pretty much. So I'm surprised I even went to two new places this week. Shall we move on to follower questions? So we post a question box on our Instagram story every Wednesday morning when I remember. I was late at doing it yesterday.
I thought maybe you were waiting on our scavenger hunt.
Oh, no.
But that's okay.
Forgot. But if you guys do have questions that you want us to answer on the podcast, feel free to just DM us at any time and we will add them to the queue. So the first one that somebody asked, we got a lot of like outdoorsy summertime, springtime questions this week, which was fun. Good places to go kayaking was one. So I say I take mine. It's actually my mom's. So when she lets me borrow it, I take mine to Lake Zurinsky. That's the only place that I've taken it actually, but it's like a really easy load in, load out. Really easy to like go around the lake. I always have a good time when I go to Lake Zurinsky. You can also go to Lake Cunningham would be a good one. And I know that there's a company that's like actually based at Lake Cunningham that you can rent stand-up paddle boards. So I know that wasn't exactly part of the question, but if you guys are interested in doing that, you can rent them there. And then Lake Manawa and Council Bluffs would be another good one. You might just have to watch out or like look on the schedule of like when the sailing school is happening, because a lot of times during the summer, people are sailing on Lake Manawa, so you don't want to get run over by a sailboat. But those would probably be my three suggestions that I would take a kayak to. I don't know if this person has their own kayak. I was assuming that they did, but...
Yeah, because it was very specific.
yeah, good places to go kayaking. Yeah, I would go to one of those.
All right, you dog lovers. We've got dog-friendly areas, restaurants, bars as the question this week. And because I have a dog, I feel like this falls onto me. every restaurant bar has their own rules. So, and I think they might change depending on the year, what experiences they have with dogs in the past. So just if you're questioning it, just be sure to call in advance just to make sure. Sunny's, they have a dog park right next to it. I like to take Melrose to Chalco too. They have an off-leash dog area. And then Omaha Dog Bar, obviously they're never going to say no to your dog. So, and they actually have some fun events every week to check out for different kinds of dogs, or if your dog's more shy or rambunctious, lots of things. The Omaha Farmers Market's going to be starting up in early May, and they are dog friendly in Exarban and downtown. The riverfront, also a good place to take your dog. They have a dog park there as well. Moleholes. If you're going to go shopping for your plants, you can bring your dog, and I'm pretty sure they allow almost any pet. You could probably bring a cat too. I asked them at Christmas time.
Yeah, I feel like most places, if you can bring your dog, then you can also bring your cat. Like, you can't discriminate.
I feel like the dog bar might.
Okay. Well, that's different. But any other place.
But yeah. Another good stop, Junk Stock, is going to be happening. Do you have the dates for those?
I can look it up really quick.
I think it's late April, early May. So last weekend of April, first weekend of May.
It is, yes, April 25th to the 27th, and then again May 2nd to the 4th.
They allow all dogs. There's even a guy who brings his pig.
All animals.
Oh, sorry. Yes, that's what I meant. All pets are allowed at Junk Stock. Even the guy who puts his pig in a wagon and
bring your rooster, bring your deer, bring
your guinea pig.
Literally, sky's the limit at Junk Stock. The weirder, the better. Honestly,
yeah.
And come find our team if you're bringing like a weird animal,
because we want to get a video and pictures
videos of it. We'll put you on their TikTok.
Moxie Hotel, if you're going for a staycation, if you're from out of town and want to take your dog somewhere, they are pet friendly. So stay at Moxie. Some patios and other places to check out would be Bear Chin, Beer Garden, Godega. I think just their patio. Bad Seed and Noticed. They had their guinea pig in there the other day, and they were doing like this trending video where they're like, showing my guinea pig places they've never seen before around the store. I was like, this is the cutest video. So go check out Noticed Instagram to see that. Coneflower Creamery. I always see dogs out there. Like there's always some cute golden retriever. Scriptown Brewing, Smoke and Oak, True American, they all have open patios, so you can take your dog there.
Love. I know. I'm so excited. We're in patio season now.
Yes.
Okay, so somebody asked scenic places to go, and I took this as like scenic as in outdoors kind of. So definitely all of the spots that I mentioned before. So like Lake Zurinsky, Lake Cunningham, Lake Manawa, all of those also have really nice trails around the lake if you want to go for a little walk or a bike ride or something like that. Some other notable outdoorsy mentions, Chalco rec area. They have parks and the lake and a little off-leash dog area. So lots of stuff there. And then pretty much any state park around in like the surrounding areas of Omaha. So Mahoney, Two Rivers, Platte River, Indian Cave State Park is one of my favorites. Really beautiful trails out there. And I think it's only like an hour south of Omaha. So I've done day trips down there before. And then the one that I mentioned that is not necessarily outdoorsy, but it popped into my mind, Salted Edge, the restaurant out in Waterloo or Wahoo. I always get those two confused. Waterloo. Very, very scenic. If you're looking for like a scenic restaurant, it's located right on the lake. And if you go around sunset time, you can eat dinner out on the patio, watch the sunset over the lake. How scenic. It doesn't get more scenic than that.
The next question somebody asked, this was a high pressure one, I felt like. A boy is coming from out of town to take me on a first date. Where should we go?
We also want the tea about this. Like,
yes, you have to give us more information.
Yeah, can you send us a DM and elaborate on this?
How did you meet?
Yeah, where does he live? Where is he coming from?
Yeah.
Have you met in person? I hope you've met in person before. Please be safe.
Yes. Okay. So I'm giving you some options. If you want dinner and drinks, and you feel like you're that kind of couple, I guess you've never been on a date. La Bouvette, Le Bouillon, hopefully I'm saying that right, or Im's Pub are super nice restaurants downtown. Because I'm assuming you're gonna want to take them downtown.
Yeah.
That's cute and scenic. And if it's nice, a lot of them have some patios. You can, especially La Bouvette would be a fun patio to go on. Then afterward, you can grab drinks at Berry and Rye or Mr. Toad's or one of the speakeasies like Wicked Rabbit or Anna's Place.
Yeah.
I love Anna's Place.
So good.
A true speakeasy. Actually, both of those are like true speakeasies.
Yeah.
Or if drinking is not your thing, or you just want like maybe a more low-key date, you could walk the riverfront and grab ice cream or gelato at Senti or Ted and Wally's.
Yeah.
But
Great
that's what I had.
I think those are good options. It's also, I like that all of them are downtown because, yeah, if you are coming from out of town, downtown is just like such a good not even an overview of Omaha, but yeah, it's a vibe down there.
And there are lots of options. And as you're wandering around, you can kind of go explore. Like maybe they're into records. You can go to Homer's. Maybe they want to walk around some of the vintage stores. Like there's just so much to do in such a small little area. So it would be a good option.
Yeah. Please let us know how that went, because we like the gossip. Okay, let's move on to events. So this is going to be events happening the weekend of April 17th to the 20th. If you guys want to see even more events, we post our What's Happening in Omaha this weekend video every Thursday morning. We have a newsletter that you can also subscribe to that goes out on Thursday mornings, or any time of the week. You can check our event calendar on our website. Just click on the events tab up at the top in the menu bar. So Earth Day at Mulhall's is happening on April 19th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's going to be live music. You can bring your garden tools like your mower blades, scissors, and even kitchen cutlery. So this extends outside of just garden tools too. But they will have Foster's sharpening service to sharpen your blades to prepare them for the upcoming spring season.
Love that.
How specific. I love it.
Mulhall's was like, how can I include as many cool businesses as possible? Yeah, you can come sharpen some blades.
Also, I would never, ever in a million years think to disassemble my lawnmower and bring the blades in to be sharpened.
But they do need sharpened if you want that perfect lawn.
Yeah, I don't know if I care that much about my lawn.
Do you mow your lawn?
I mow my lawn, yes, but I genuinely like mowing. Like, one of my favorite things in the summer is to go on like a bike ride or a run, just get really like sweaty and gross, but then like also be getting a tan while I'm doing it. And then while I'm sweaty and gross, I mow the lawn and I just like pop my AirPods in. So I enjoy doing it, but do I actually care about my lawn? No. Like, my mom every single day in the summer is like, mow your grass, or water your grass. And I'm like, I really don't care if my grass is green. Like, it feels like a waste of water to me, but that's just me. So yeah, that could be very specific to me, is why I don't think to sharpen my lawnmower blades. They're also going to have lunch options from Kitchen Table, cold pressed juice from the Grove, and you can find your favorite new threads from Great Plains Vintage. So find some new clothes too. So lots of fun stuff happening for Earth Day at Mulhall's.
Yay, love. Another thing that's happening, Blooms and Bubbly, their spring market is happening April 19th from 11 to 3 at the Cottonwood Pool Deck. Ooh. It's open to the public and free. They're having tons of local vendors, and then they're having some bubbly cocktails for you to try. So that'll be a fun little event.
This is free?
Mm-hmm.
Can you go swimming?
I think it's a little chilly.
Oh, just kidding. I'm not even going to be here.
I think they still have their pool covered.
Okay.
Because they said pool deck. So I'm assuming like the deck is covering the pool, and they're having like tables and vendors around.
It'll still be really cool.
I think the pool's still closed, unfortunately. Okay. Good try, though, Connor.
Okay, African Fashion Week is on April 19th from 5:30 to 10 p.m. at Kaneko, which is downtown. This is going to be the 7th annual African Fashion Week, and it's a celebration and platform for innovative local and international fashion designers to display their African-inspired creations. So you guys know what Omaha Fashion Week is, same concept, but for African-inspired creations, should be a really fun time. It's also the same people who put on Omaha Fashion Week, right? Or they at least like help? Do they collaborate?
I'm not sure about that.
Oh.
They collab with Afro Omaha, who puts on, there's a festival.
Yeah.
In the summertime, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Never mind.
Otherwise.
Okay. I take that back. For some reason, I thought that the other team was at least involved. Maybe. Okay. Never mind. I take it back. Don't listen to me.
But Kaneko, if you haven't heard, they're doing free admission for the rest of the year. Thank you to a donor or a grant of some sort.
Nice.
So if you've never been to Kaneko and you can't go to African Fashion Week, then go check it out. When you can go this year, because
it's an art museum. If we didn't say that, so now would be your chance.
Very cool space to have Fashion Week. So also, if we're in the Easter spirit, there's an Easter egg hunt and food drive happening April 19th at 2 p.m. sharp at La Vista Sports Complex soccer field. They're having 20,000 eggs spread out across all 4 of the soccer fields. There'll be an egg hunt for kids aged 10 and under, as well as an adaptive hunt for 22 and under. And then there will be pics with the Easter Bunny beforehand. So get there early, get your spot picked out, because it should be a good time.
I love how many typos you had in this.
I know what I'm saying.
I figured it out, but there's a lot of typos.
Sometimes Notion corrects my stuff, and I have no say in the matter and know what I'm trying to.
It corrects it to be wrong?
Yep. For noticed every time. Turns it to modest.
Well, that I feel like is different. This one you spelled at wrong. You spelled under wrong. Those are normal words.
Okay.
Anyways, that is it for today's podcast. I will not be here for the next 2 podcasts.
Oh, goodness.
Do you know who you're having next week?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Hasn't even crossed my mind.
We probably should have talked about that. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. We're going to have some guests the next couple weeks. I'm going to London to run my marathon. So
very exciting. Good luck.
Thank you. But thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Omaha Places podcast. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
I'll see you next week, though.
Bye.